Friday, what are we, February 24th.
I was in that XIV because, I can never get long because I'm a bear.
Right.
And it didn't do what it was supposed to do. Sure, it went from the 4s and 5s to $9. I mean, it was a win, but volatility, they have this silly TVIX thing. So
I've seen people chatting about this TVIX ETF, ETN, I don't even know which one it is. I see the volume went crazy here, like you said.
And that's what I did for a living, was essentially trade volatility. And my market calls were, the best market calls I made were volatility related. I have several articles and things to that end. And so where I'm, for sure supposed to be, knowledgeable is this area. And the thing that throws me off is you've never been able to trade VIX. So you always had to go make some convoluted deal with a bunch of spreads, do butterflies or do something in the S&P, or, then they start creating these spiders. And I trade TVIX and I have some good goes. I mean, it was certainly tradable. But when you start reading the prospectus, I mean, these ETNs, you're giving a note, you're just lending money to Credit Suisse. I don't understand even what they're invested in and trading in. And so, to me, I'm just like, finally, evidently, TradeStation and the CBOE, a legitimate entity, has issued VIX futures. We have regular old VIX futures. We all can level the playing field and not deal with these funds dealing. I'm getting rid of all this toxic garbage. I mean, I'm literally going to go to the point where I disconnect the NYSE and the Amex. I mean, I'm going to not pay the $1 data fees to TradeStation. Like, I swear, I'm going to literally turn off the ability to even look at an equity. And I think I can purge myself finally for the rest of my natural-born days.
Good.
From any of these.
So what's this? ETFs, ETNs are a derivative of the true, and there's slippage costs that you're paying to be participating in a derivative that doesn't even mirror the real item, whatever it is, whether it's VIX, whether it's the S&P, whether it's the Nasdaq Dow, wheat, corn. You want to be in the real. You don't want to be in the fake ETNs. That's the bottom line.
It's the exact same. That's exactly my point. Is Credit Suisse, when you go out and you buy TVIX or you buy XIV, which I'm guilty of, right? Not anymore. Good luck, ladies and gentlemen. I'm done with it. But, when you own the fund, they supposedly gather some assets. But again, the volume it's not backing it. Pile of cocaine and a bunch of hookers. This thing could look like, there is nothing stopping them. You told them, I'm going to lend you money, party down. And so, how that gives anybody the solace to hold these things overnight or even trade them during the day. I mean, when they broke their chartery thing and they had too many shares or there's too much, you could be just sitting there. Can you imagine? I had the flashback of this, right? I was thinking to myself, all right, I'm long, a handful, 5,000, 10,000, whatever, TVIX, right? And we have a flash crash. And they come out and halt trading in the thing, right? For 3 or 4 days. And now you can't trade out of the thing. And you're trying to do the calculation in your head as far as how many futures you need to be buying to offset, and then not including the margin or whatever, or you don't know how far it's going to go. It's just you're trying to do a random calculation on the fly as you're not getting paid by being right, because this thing went from $15 to 110 like that. I hope that a handful of people that are destined to lose a lot of money in the short order can watch this and understand that ETFs, ETNs, try to get to some safety. I mean, that's all I have to say is this is a very dangerous period. You're going to look back on this day and
So, my contention is the Credit Suisse has taken the money that they got on the note and just spent it on hookers and blow. They just basically ran away from the whole thing. We're not in the club. I knew I wasn't in the club today when I just got a brokerage to brokerage. Can I borrow TVIX? No, you're not in the club. Take a master ETF, ETN, just short, uniformly across the board, long, short, up, down, copper, wheat, sugar, euro, just short them all across the board. You'd make so much money. If there was a
long-term
master
expected value of your ETN is 0.
These ETFs are the equivalent of the products that they issued in the 20s for the great market crash. Is everybody was in these like trusts of various sorts, and then they outlawed it, and that's where the Glass-Steagall Act came from, and that's how we separated Wall Street and the banks. Was we can't let them create these products, and they come out and tell you that you're dead man walking at the opposite way. Every time you want to buy a stock or invest or go listen to some stockbroker or something, mutual funds products, none of these things have ever worked. Go to any of these things and look at the performance. It sucks. These are the best and the brightest and the richest and the smartest. They suck.
So
Guarantee that the blood will be spilled.